This chapter alone takes forever. Yeah, it's good practice, Willie. You just can't all of a sudden be good at it again. That's the difference between games nowadays. Is you just can't pick them back up and be like, how you used to be. Alright, so there's that. Alright, final chapter. Yeah, people who play Smash Brothers aren't like noobs. They're pros normally. I know. I've played. Believe me when I say that Smash Bros is one of the most competitive games in the world. It is more competitive than Call of Duty. Oh wait. Yeah. Yes, I do. Well, not in Ultimate. I know how it used to work in Melee and Brawl, but no, because I really don't care. Not gonna lie. I don't play Smash Bros. Not my. Um. Sure. Mhm. Yeah, I know how the point system works. The highest you can get is 250K, which means you're like Grandmaster rank, which is the best of the best. They have a two top 50 rank actually in Ultimate. I was lowest bracket 90K. Then again, I'm a Fox main, so. Oh yeah. I mean, Fox mains are fucking scary, but I can't keep up with them. Thinking well, it's like the people who play Metal Knight. Like, how do you play the worst character in the game and get max rank? Like, show me your
Listen,
like,
pal.
teach me your
Nice
secrets.
landing, but let's not
They
get
are
ahead of
the we call them the different breeds of
what the?
of the game. When you
Hey,
can pick the worst character in the
it's
game and get max rank.
Sophia.
There's only one guy in my friend group who was like he was so I was a Fox main, he was a Falcon main because we both liked guns, I guess. And there we go. That's not shocking at all. No offense, but it's like when you told me like about your Hollow Knight, I'm like, oh, I've already done it. I've always hated the statement that people will always be better than you because if you perfect your craft, you can become the best at anything. Like you just gotta have faith in yourself. I hate that terminology where it's like one person would be better than you. No, the only person that should be better than you is yourself. You should always strive to improve it. That's what I do with like Lies of P, Call of Duty. Like I strive to get better on my own. I don't care about anybody else's stats or anything because I'm not them. And if I never understood trash talking in competitive play, I mean it's funny, right? Like it's fun, but if you trash talk, it just proves that you have a shallow ego. That when it gets shattered by a better player, you crash out. Like that's the hard truth. The people have called it. Don't get me wrong. Call of Duty trash talking in like live events, funny as can be. It is hilarious. But when they lose a map or they lose a bracket, you can tell that their ego's hurt. You gotta humble yourself and understand that like, hey, you can be the best. You can. But if you lose, take it on the chin. Learn from it. What did I do wrong? What did our team do wrong? Well, so I watch a lot of CDL, and I still do to this day, even though CDL is kind of dead in the water because Black Ops 6 is not the best COD. But there's new like younglings like my age, your age, who are like they're competitive. They got a spirit to be competitive. But when they lose, it's like they call it cheats or they want a rematch or something. I call it the blackout, where you were so far ahead of your own ego that when you lose, you just can't do anything. Your brain shuts down. There we go. I mean, yeah, because it's so inflated that eventually it's going to blow. I really want to kill him for the air go. Let's do it. I mean, because you don't want to, you know, you just don't want to replace it. Because you don't, you know. I digress. Like, I'm somebody who's very competitive in even single player games. But I know my limits. I know that I am not the best Lies of P player in, like, you know, the world. But I would say I'm above the top 10%. Like, I would say that. Because, think... Yeah. You play as Seth? You're probably a Luke main. The craziest character in my opinion that like scares me to go against is Ness. Ness is a fucking machine. A good Ness player can like, or a Luke player, I don't know, they're interchangeable. But those two are my worst fears to go against because of how accurate people are with every little detail on them. Like when you practice your craft, you know, you're good. There we go. Yeah. I would say that Melee... I don't know. I think I should grab a GameCube again and play Melee. I used to be a Samus main back in Melee because she was broken. I mean, it's a fun game. See, like, that's the thing about fun games, is that when they're competitive, for some people, like Mario Kart, a game that was not meant for competitiveness is very competitive. It ruins friendships. That's the sad part. Mario Party ruins friendships. Yeah. When they added Steve to it, that's when the game like really became competitive, because apparently Steve was broken at first. Like he could like do 100 hit combos and shit, which was like, okay, bet. Pop off. You know. I never played competitive, mainly because I just knew that I wouldn't be good at it. Like, I know my limits. Like, because there's no balance system. So, you know what, like, hidden MMR means? Basically? No, what I'm saying, though, is that, like, they're different. So, people who don't want to, like, grind out rank can grind out pubs, basically. COD does the same thing, which is low-key really, really annoying in my opinion. Yeah, that's why you gotta play pubs a lot. It's to prepare you for, like, because there's some people who just pub stomp 24/7 and they don't care about anything else, which props to them. I mean, you do you. And there's people who, you know, go right in the rank. Like, I just jump in the rank every time I can because it's fun. I wish Lies of P had a leaderboard system in game where you can see where you personally are. I think that'd be fun. Because I know Dark Souls has one of those. Of course, there's basically, like, it tells you on the leaderboard, like, what percentage of the world you're in. COD has that. Yeah. Oh, I missed that, really? Yeah, I know. That's why I like about DS2 more than anything. Even though DS2 is considered the worst Dark Souls game in the franchise, even though it's been fucking 3 got saved by DLCs, and I will die on that hill. I don't know we didn't need a DLC, but I'm glad I got one. I'm really happy I got one. There we go. Nope, that's accurate. That's accurate. I mean, I think that's the point. It's not, it's cool gear, but you're not supposed to use it. It's like a collector's item. Yeah. I mean, again. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. In my opinion, that's not a bad thing. No, I get it. Oh. This is like double. Or less. I don't either. I would only care if it affects, like, the main game. What affects the main? Oh yeah. Remember when Door Guardian used to give me triples and I'm just like beating his ass? Door Guardian. Oh. Okay. Well, when I was like reading the damage like you're putting out per hit, I'm like, that can't be right. I know I'll do more than that. And then you're like, oh, it's a gimmick fight. You're meant to do less damage. I'm like, why? Why is that a feature? Makes no sense in my opinion. But whatever. Shock effect is really annoying at times. I won't lie. It's to slow down progress. Well, it's to teach you patience. Like that's the whole fight. Like I've been studying this, and I have over 300 hours in this game. This fight was meant to design for people who are patient, which I'm not patient. I go in there, I kill things. I think that's boring in my opinion. I killed him first try, so. Actually, you can play it any way you want. Slow, fast, medium. That's what I like about it, is you don't have to play it a specific way to win. I could run a heavy load right now and be completely fine. After I get used to the heavy load, because I've never done that. Oh yeah, well it does often when you're moving faster. Mm. Sorry, get that down too. Come on, run in there. Beautiful. Now I can't hit your crit spot because you're in the wall. That's fine. Okay, easy. Easy 1000. I think the more you play Lies of P, the easier it becomes. Like, that's not me just saying that 'cause I'm good at it. I mean, like, literally. Like, Not even new game. Like, okay, if you want to, like, practice a really hard fight, how weird it may sound, Puppet Master, the first boss. Because it teaches you, like, the pattern of, like, parries and all that. Like, it teaches you it. Mad Donkey is a good example, too. Because Stalkers move twice as fast as, well, animatronics. Like, there's a lot of early bosses that got me, like King Fuku and all that, because their movesets weren't predictable. But after I fought them 10, 20 times in my first playthrough, because I died a lot, I understood them. They weren't difficult, they were just patience. That's how I see it. This game can teach you a lot, but it can also, like, skip over some crucial details. Like, for example, the Alexia fight, parry galore. Like, that's your whole job to parry it. Oh, you're not gonna come chase me? That's weird, normally you chase me. Oh, you're done. Oh no. There. Bing bong. Jesus. I invited Shane, and he didn't join me, so I don't know what he's doing. You speaking Spanish over there? Oh, yeah, like I know. I speak American. Called English. One language I've ever learned how to speak. Oh, you wanna like actually like lock onto him? Thanks, Pinocchio. Jesus Christ. That's really good. Lovely, can't use. Carcass grenade, can't use. Oh my god, dude. These dog things are fucking annoying. Not because they do a lot of damage. Just because, you know, they can stop you in your tracks. Yeah, cluster nade I can't use because there's no throwables to run. I love doing no throwables, but man, it just takes extra fucking time to kill things. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're large fucking whip grip, bro. God, I've never liked these creatures. Yep, another back up a whole bunch, so I can't actually fucking hit you. God, these things are annoying. What? Yeah, okay. You shouldn't have when it's like 2025 or like, you know, any year besides 2012. Yeah, that's a joke. Easy. Ah. I guess that makes sense, but it's kind of stupid. Well, that's why the word has zero meaning nowadays. It's like when people, it's like when people will, yeah. I like rats. Rats are cute. I'm weird. I mean, it's like when people say like, "Oh, I hate school." So you're racist for schools? I am. I fucking hate schooling. School is stupid. I mean, I get the joke, but I find it very, what's the word? Mediocre. As in, like, I personally wouldn't use that humor because I think it's like childish. I mean, see, that's the issue with especially like people nowadays, is they'll find a word that means something that like, so like, you know, like words have like, okay, when you think of like success, what's the first word? Accomplished, right? It means the same thing. Just one holds more value in the terms of whatever it may be. And what people will do is just take words that sound more sophisticated. I mispronounced that, but like they'll just say it over and over, so then they sound smarter in like text messages than like in person. But sometimes the context is not it. Context matters when it comes to English, or I shouldn't say English. I should say any form of writing. Every language is included in this because Japanese has a lot of weird spelling. Same with us. Same with French. Like, there's 3 2s in American language. There's 3 bears. There's 2 deers, right? Like, if you use it in the wrong sentence form, it means something completely different than if you know. That's why I think it's important to learn English, or at least whatever it may be that you learn in like your, country. Never skip out on reading or any of that. I did. I skipped out on a lot of reading, and I regret it daily. Well, you know how I caught up on reading? I played games that I liked, and I just read a whole bunch. I looked up all the BioShock and like shit like that because that was interesting. No offense, I don't care about World War II. I mean, I do actually. I like history, which was really one that I really didn't care about. Oh, that's really hard. I kind of like. I like history. Like people who made books. I don't care. Like, if it's not one of my favorite people who made a book, like Stephen King is my favorite author of all time. Like, he's my favorite. There's no one who can top Stephen King. Yes, his books are very controversial because of the topics in them. That's why I like him. He gets things outside the box and gets you in your comfort zone. That's the point. He's not here to make friends with you. He doesn't make you like, ew. It's like Goosebumps on fucking drugs. Like, Goosebumps is good too. I love R.L. Stine too. He's amazing. There's a lot of people who I think made really good books. Okay, I don't like reading because ADHD and all that shit. I just can't focus more than 2 seconds on anything. Hence why I stream, because then I force myself to sit down and actually play a game. Like, that's why I stream. Because it forces my brain to like not be productive for a bit and just like relax. So this is more of a hobby. If it comes into a full-time job, cool. If it doesn't, cool. Either way, I'm gonna be making content and enjoying everything. Like, you know? Oh my god. Dude, this thing is annoying. And it's like, what is this? There we go. Not dead, but dead. Right. See, I'd rather like play video games and stuff to help my ADHD and depression than take a whole bunch of pills. You know? But that's me, personally. There's some people who actually need medication to survive. I'm not one of them. Actually, I don't know. I never tried it. Come on. Yeah, no hit run is never happening. There's just too many things that can kill you. I don't know what Shane is doing. He's on Spotify apparently. So it's taking me almost 30 minutes to get halfway through level 10. That's crazy. This is the longest chapter. We've already established that a long time ago. Yeah. Chapter 10, or not 10, 11 is the absolute longest. And the reason why it's longest is I have no clue. This is. There you go. Lava, 50 frame. Now I'm gonna go down here real quick and hit the ladder. Alright. Perfect. Now I could grab those, which is a bit of ergo, but I hate to say it, I don't need ergo. Because I know how to farm for it. Now back then, I wanted every piece of ergo. Now I'm just like, okay, I can live without it. Do you have any blue vials? I have 2, okay. Beautiful. We're gonna go back down there, kill that guy for a. I think he drops nothing actually. I think he just. Do I gotta run all the way back down? Nope, we can. 3, 2, 1. Cool. My time is getting better slowly again. I just think Simon's gonna screw me over a bit because I had to face him in over a month. But we will see. I have 36,000 on the first playthrough. That's pretty good. All right, go here and get the Trinity done. The key. I got all the riddles memorized, which is funny. They're engraved in my brain. Oh, that's an enemy right there. And here's the deception people, which is pretty fun. Alright. I think you should get back on Liza P, honestly. Alright. Now heal that up. Look at the wall. And shoot. Apparently I don't have any of that. Jesus. I also don't like these guys. Good try. That should be 3. Oh, I'm dead. No? God, it takes a lot to get you guys on the ground. There we go. All that for a star fragment. I nearly died for a star fragment. That is funny. Alright.
Oh, this is I and how you Mellis are. Are you? Fuck me. Even if you well, it was fun.
Thank you. Now give me the
play. Aren't I? This better power. What if I the play? Oh, well, thanks to Matt. Even the play. Vinny and after maiden. So I
get the Banini. Thank you. Now. Oh, can I not kill him? Oh, okay. Good. Radiant, 15k. Just like that. Alright, now get the subject 725, and then we buy everything from him. And then that is roughly everything done. I'm now slightly heavy. Well, that is actually plus, okay. I'm slightly heavy now. Which means stamina's a bit, eh. Alright, talk to you. Oh, it's 826. I knew I messed it up. Alright. And that would be the achievement for getting all of the things done, but I already collected all the achievements a millennia ago. Literally. It feels like a millennia ago, at least. I think my last achievement was like, I don't even know. I gotta actually check. 2 years ago. Well, not 2 years ago. A year ago and some months. A year and 2 months. We're in January. This game's already been out for a year. That's crazy to think about. Alright, now go up this ladder, get this thing. We're close to Alexia. Give me that 700 chunk. All down here. Give me this. I don't remember what this chest is. I think it's like a quartz art or some shit. Oh, it's a Legion chamber. Oh wait, I don't need those anymore. So Willie, how's your day been? No, I wasn't gonna stream today, but then Call of Duty was annoying me, so I'm like, you know what, I'll stream. Just to get this done. After this, what should I do? Let's do a straight up Puppet Saber run, no upgrades to the end, which is gonna be New Game 1. That's what I'm gonna do. If he jumped back right there, I would have been dead. But he didn't. Oh, yeah, I did hit that. Oh my god. I remember when you were on the bridge and the yellow butterfly appeared and you got mad at it because it threw you off and it killed you. Ah, good old days. It is. It is. Yep. Not only that, but if it hits you just right, you fly off to your death. I really don't know. Alright, time to kill the red fox, the black cat, and Alexia.
Whoa! Is that you? Wow. Fighting is actually in the... So let's...
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, it's one of the funniest spots. Worst spots, yes, but funny spot, yes. I can tell it bothers you because whenever I left you were, yeah, you weren't too happy about it. Out of all places, man. Yeah, no, I understand the frustration. No, I've never died by it, but well, yeah, that's the gimmick. Is to make you like, oh, watch your step, you know, butterfly punch.
Let's just get this over with.
It's a skill issue.
Crazy talk.
I mean, it is because, like, so you're running and you don't expect it because your lantern does glow, right? But you think like, oh, it's gonna be like halfway through the runway. No, it's right there, and it throws you off because you're like, oh, I want to kill it real quick because it gives you, you know, there you go. Or around it, yeah. I like killing the butterflies, purples and golds. Reds to me are kind of like, eh. I won't go out of my way. It was. It was intentional. It's to throw you off. And it did, because it killed you. Because, yeah, you can't round it. But what it was supposed to be like was, if you touch it, it explodes as well, because it's off of the sensor. So either way, you can't round it. Well, it pushes you to the corner of it, and then it just screws you, because you touched it, quote unquote, the game says. Nah, I'm not doing that. Nah, not doing that. Nope. I think it's like the best ever, you know? Like, it's the best spot. Can't be better. Out of all people who've played, like, the franchises, yeah, you should know that. Suffer. You know, I've only died like a total of 5 times this playthrough. I'm pretty proud of that. Nah, I get it. I mean, I completely disagree with that. I think that should be fine. Yeah, we're good. I mean, these games do have a learning curve, I would say. Like, that's a given. Oh, excuse me. I mean, these games as a whole are just not that good. That's the sad thing, is like, when you break down Dark Souls as a whole, it's a pretty mediocre franchise. But it's the funny moments that you get out of it where you're like, oh, this game's actually not that bad. It's like COD. COD's mediocre as can be. Bare bones, not that much to do. But then when you do like funny stuff and like you get like a whole bunch of people to play with you and all that, it's fun. I say the same thing for this game. Not this game, the franchise. I would say Lies of P. Like, if you're just like streaming it and you're not doing any challenge runs or you're not doing anything fun, then it can get boring. And that's the sad truth. A game that I love so much, which is this game. Nah. They're meant to, they're like auto-scrollers. They're meant for fun. Pink. There it goes. I mean, Elden Ring is. This game, you can't really boss rush, sadly. Oh, there we go. I mean, again, as a whole, people like these games for one thing and one thing only: the trolling aspect. Hence why PvP in all 3 Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, like that's why people do PvP. It's to like stop people's progress, which is fine. I get it. So there's two aspects of these games: the trolling aspect and the lighthearted go like destroy some PvE stuff. There's two sides to this game, to the franchise. The people who like the hardcore aspect, where it's like, oh, you killed things, here's an award, here's something for your good deed. And then the, oh, here's a boss, go kill them and you get like an achievement. People like achievement rushing, people like other things, and that is nothing but the truth. These games were designed for two people, fun and competitiveness. And when you put those together, you get people who are very, very ignorant and care about their stats, even though stats don't mean anything. Yeah. And then you have people like me who just play them for fun. Degree. I mean, I hate to say it, but gaming as a whole promotes that shit. Like, COD, the first thing that you think about when you play COD, CDL, the competitiveness, right? You don't think of zombies or the campaign. Not really. No, I'm not gonna lie. Those type of like slur speedruns have been around since Black Ops 1, back in 2010, or back in 2010. Like, that's nothing new to me. Like, I've been playing COD for 18 years. I'm 22 now. I mean, I hate to say it. Not really. No offense, but people are just idiots. I hate to say it, but especially gamers. Gamers especially think that we can't be touched because we're on this pedestal of like, oh, we're on a screen, like you can't do anything about it, right? So our ego grows. Yeah, like I always say, there's a difference between men and boys and girls and women. Men don't say racist shit. They don't care. It doesn't affect them. Boys say that shit because they want to be corny and edgy because they think it's cool. Because, you know, their dad might have done it back in, like, you know, when they were playing COD. Which, I mean, personally, I'm not going to lie. I've used the word tons of times. And I'm white. I'm not going to lie. But I've stopped using it because I've grown more maturely. I was a hateful person because of what I was not taught, self-taught, I should say. Like, oh, I'm watching streamers say it. Oh, I'm paying people who are saying it. You know, it's like it engraves it in your brain like, oh, this is okay to say. It's like that. You know the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink? That's what it is. Is you can't force people to change their mindset, but you can try to lead them into the bright, you know, the passageway of the light where it's like, hey, grow up a bit, you're not 12. And that's what I'm learning, is I'm an adult. It has consequences. There we go. I mean, yeah. Well, okay, it's like when Nessa says it, right? I'm like, why? Like, what's the point of using that foul language? Like, what's the point? Like, I get it, like, the whole, oh, I'm an adult, I can say it bullshit. Don't get me wrong, I curse. Excessively. It's just my language. But sometimes it's not necessary. Like, when I'm at work, my filter's somewhat turned on. Oh, okay, we're good. I don't know if we're gonna make that jump or not. I would say if it's like Call of Duty where it's rated M for mature, meaning mature audiences, you should be allowed to shit talk. It's an adult game. Adults are going to shit talk each other. That's the whole premise. But if it's like Fortnite where it's like, oh, kids actually play this, teenagers play this, then you shouldn't be allowed to. There should be like, hey, like, you know, there's a younger audience here. Uh, 2015. No, 2015. In my local GameStop, if you were not 18 back then, you could not buy Call of Duty. You could not buy GTA. You could not buy anything that was M rated. And if a adult came in, you know those videos where like the people tell like, oh, you know what this, you know, has in it and type shit. They were forced to say like, hey, this game has like, you know, nudity, violence, very strong language, stuff like that. Well, it's because people become snowflakes and they don't care. Because everyone's like, well, you know, I'm gonna buy it for my kid anyway, and we're like, you know what? That's fair. Why take extra steps? Like, if your kid's not with you in the store, we physically will not say, hey, you can't buy this, right? We don't know if it's for your kid or not. So we just stopped doing it. When I worked at GameStop back in 2020, my coworker, Aaron, was like, it was like a group of kids. They were like 16. They're not kids, but I call them kids because, in my opinion, they are. And they like grabbed like, I think it was Hitman 3 that we had for like $6. And you know, it's like, oh, can I see your ID and all that? I'm like, no, just sell it to them. Like literally, it's a Hitman game. Like nothing really violent comes in the Hitman, in my opinion, right? Sure, you're an assassin and you're killing shit. But there's way worse games. There's a lot. Like, I don't agree with the whole, like, oh, you need to see your ID and all that for gaming. Because, no offense, I could have a 12-year-old son right now, right? Get my credit card, put on his Xbox, and buy games, and there's no age restriction. Right? So, I think that's pointless of even having rating systems anymore. Now, I get why they still do it. Like, DBD is considered an A-type game, meaning 18 plus. A is the highest rating a game can get, meaning it has a lot of nudity, a lot of language, a lot of everything, right? Like graphic content. DBD is not graphic, no offense, the Warriors can be, but it's an M game, not an A game. You want an A game? Manhunt is an A game. Like, there's no debating that. Manhunt was banned in over 52 countries because it was so gruesome that Rockstar's like, yeah, we gotta like dumb this down. Mortal Kombat is considered an A game because of the violence, but violence has been in video games since like, you know, the 90s. So, like, the ranking system should be there, but I'm not gonna tell my kids that they can't play a certain fucking game. Now, I mean, if they want an A game or an M game, I will look into it, right, and see what it has. I'm not going to be a parent like, well, you know, I couldn't play that your age. Fuck that. That's stupid. If my kid wants, like, GTA 6, if it ever comes out, then sure. But there will be, like, restrictions. Like, okay, you can't play it for more than, like, 2 hours a day. So they can, like, you know... Because for younglings, it can cause, like, brain chemicals and shit. And I do believe that games do affect your mood at a younger age. 12 years old, I was a very violent person because I played Mortal Kombat and Call of Duty. I beat the shit out of kids for fun. It affected me because I couldn't, like, get my frustration out until I played those games, right? It does affect young minds. But if you're 20, I would even say 18, right? If you're a legal adult and you kill somebody over a video game in real life, that's your own action. There's no help for you because it's under your own volition at that point. I do think young kids should not be playing violent video games, and I'm going to sound like a very old man saying that, right? Like, but at the same time, I was 13 playing Call of Duty and Mortal Kombat, Metal Gear Solid, Assassin's Creed, all these games with nudity and all that, Red Dead, GTA, you know? So, like, I get it. but I've changed in the last 10 years. I would hope so, at least. I'm not 23. I'm 22. The last 9 years, I'm almost 23. 2 weeks will be my birthday, which would be a birthday stream. Yay. I might get drunk for my birthday. I might. I'm thinking about it. But, like, I do believe that the world is, like, a catalyst. What you watch and what you consume on a day-to-day basis shapes you into the person that you want to truly be. Hence why I stopped caring about politics, because I don't care. I used to watch it because I was bored. And then I'm like, why would I watch something that I really don't give a shit about, right? It just made no sense in my brain. So I stopped watching politics. Like, I don't give a fuck. I stopped a whole bunch of my bad habits. Like, I smoked a cigarette yesterday, and I'm like, this is gross. I don't want to do this. So, it's just gross to me. I haven't had a touch of alcohol in 2 weeks. I'm fine. I'm not relapsing. I don't need a drink. Like, my chemical imbalance is fine now because I understand that, like, you're not addicted. You just are depressed and you want something to escape from. So I go to streaming, which is, in my opinion, way better for your health. Like, way better. So, yeah. That's where I'm at mentally right now. I'm at the point where it's like, I don't have to numb myself with alcohol, drugs, paraphernalia, which is like, you know, can't say it on stream. Google it if you care. But, like, that type of stuff, I can live my life perfectly fine without touching another drop of alcohol. I don't crave it like I used to. That is not, I'm an ex-alcoholic, as they would call it. Like, I've been drinking excessively since I was, like, 19, which is not legal. Don't do it. But that's how life has been. Sometimes you gotta take a step back and realize, wow, my life is shit because of me. You gotta stop blaming the world and, like, look yourself in the mirror and be like, yeah, I'm the real reason. And then you realize maybe you don't actually hate yourself. You just hate the person that you are now, but not what you can see in the future. As Dexter Morgan once said, his Dark Passenger, which is fictional. There's no such thing as a dark passenger, but the meaning behind it is there's something inside you that is making you feel a certain way, and you feel like you can't escape it because it's always with you. They say, your worst enemy is yourself, and I don't disagree with that, but I don't agree with it either. I think it's the people that you surround yourself with. Like, if I'm comfortable with, like, I don't know if I can say it. Let's just say World War II people in Germany. Does that work? We all know what that means. We'll just say that, because I'm not trying to get banned here. Then you are okay with those type of people running the world, right? Because you're comfortable there. You're like, oh, not a big deal. I also think that if you're comfortable with racist or transphobic people or sexist, then you are a person who doesn't care. Then you're okay with the ideology that could be a reality. Like, does that make sense? Like, if you're okay with these people being around you, then what's stopping you from becoming one of them or supporting them if they go into, like, candidates or something? That's the issue with a lot of people, is they're comfortable with, like, the most, like, screwed up things because society teaches you it's okay to feel this way, you're human. No offense, I don't like people who are, like, sexist and shit. I love women, don't get me wrong. And they're beautiful human beings. I'm not gonna say creatures, because that's fucked up. I hate when people say beautiful creatures. They're human. We're human. That's how it should be. On God. Not even Reddit, just Twitter. God, Twitter annoys me. I can't. Twitter was uncensored when, like, back when it was made in '08, and you should have read some of the threads I saw. Jesus. It was like neo-World War II people on drugs. It was gross. I'm like, and you people live day to day like this? I would be ashamed if I was your parent. That's another reason why I changed, was because, like, what kind of legacy do I want to leave behind when I have kids and a wife and all that?
You like it.
And I finally came to the conclusion that I want my kids to understand that I'm not a perfect person. I have my own sins, but I will do my damn best to be the best father and husband I can to my wife and my kids. That's my legacy. I don't give a fuck if people call me a shitty father. If my kids say, hey, Dad, I'm disappointed in you, or my wife says it, that means more than a dipshit on the internet who I don't even know. Like, that's the hard truth. That's why I started streaming again, because why the fuck should I care if people judge me? I like gaming. I want to stream it. That's what I want to do. I don't care. I'm going to make music. And if people think my music is terrible, cool. Don't listen to it. I do not give a fuck. I'm going to pursue it because I enjoy it. You got to stop looking at this, oh, I got 75 years to live. No, you don't. That is if you're guaranteed 75. I might die tomorrow. I'm not guaranteed to be till 23. So I'm going to keep living it like it's my last day. I'm going to love every human that I can, and hopefully my, future wife. And my friends and my kids and my coworkers. Because we're not promised another day on this earth. We're only promised right now in the very second of this conversation. That's the tricky part about life, is people think like, oh, I got all this time to live. I'm 23 almost. That means 23 years ago, I was born. It does not feel like I'm 23. It feels like I'm 16 still. And that's the funny part. Because people are like, oh my god, I'm like 45. And I'm like, do you feel 45? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, because your internal clock has finally caught up with you. Your, years of, being unhappy or, partying and shit are officially like, gone. And that's the scary part about a lot of this, is people don't understand how much life you throw away until you finally take a step back and you're like, wow, I'm this age. What have I accomplished? Like, really accomplished. Not like I rode a bike when I was 9. I mean, like, your first $1 million, your first, subscriber on Twitch, whatever. Like, real things that you want to pursue. And of course, pursuing things in life, everybody has different goals, which I like. That's pretty fucking cool in my opinion. I think it comes down to, you gotta stop being scared of yourself and just go for it. You gotta get out of your comfort zone. Which is hard. I get it. Believe me, I'm somebody who likes my comfort zone. Hence why I didn't stream a lot last year, because I was insecure as hell. But now I'm back on the grind and I enjoy it. Doing YouTube content, doing all content. It personally makes me happy. And I think that's all that really matters. If I'm happy. Funk. I expect it might die here, but it's fine. Yep, okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, dude, my Spectre's dead. Why you... She was still hitting my dead Spectre's body. The disrespect. Oh, are you glitched? Wait, it doesn't matter. You're glitching. That's... Oh, she thinks that my Spectre's still alive. I've never seen this glitch before. Oh. That's very strange that she thinks that my Spectre's still alive even if she killed it. fuck, right? No, just go up fully. Yeah, it's the front part. Oh, fuck. Fuck. You know, feel like... I might actually die here. Nope, I'm gonna die here. I might need more fruit, actually. No! Oh, I almost killed her. Alright, I'm gonna go buy more fruit. This weapon. See, the thing with Lexia is you gotta get like a fast moving weapon or she can just like take advantage of that. That's the funny part. Take me an hour to get to her. That's not bad. It's about average, I think. I'm gonna also upgrade it working. How's the light coming along? Great. Stagger 2.0, yes, please. Increase pulse cells. Sure. Auto charge Legion Chamber. There we go. That's what I want. Oh wait a minute, I can get phase 6 unlocked too. I have enough for one more. Stagger window 2.0. That's what I want. Naval arts. There. All right.
You stalker.
Alright, now the cube has 3 usages, which should be... This should give me enough through Simon. Keyword should be. We'll see. I also have max pulsals on the first playthrough. That rarely happens. We are nearing the end of the game, boys. Alright. There we go. Get first phase done. Who's that? There we go. I just found something really cool. So when Lexi's in her second stage and you have a Spectre, put on the fire one that you get first when obviously when you do everything. And you get a free 4K damage off of her. Like immediately. Yeah, no, this is gonna be a very easy second phase. Yeah. That took okay. Now that I know that, I'm going to idolize that into every single strat I do. I kind of feel bad that she was a prisoner. If anything, you kind of put her out of her misery. If you think about it, because Simon's a douche. Alright, now if I give her peace, I get the best ending in the game. Because I'll get white hair. And then, obviously, the issue is I can't listen to all the music on stream because it's all copyrighted. So. I love you, Sophia. Let her live, give her peace.